The security guard didn't acknowledge me. Or maybe he did, and decided I no longer merited the courtesy of eye contact. Either way, I stood beneath the marble archways of Ridgeview Central Bank with a plastic binder tucked beneath my arm, pretending not to notice the laughter echoing from the glass office above. Her laugh, still sharp, still staged, the kind that made your skin crawl if you'd once heard it whispered in the dark. I stepped toward the counter like any man would, unkempt, drained, holding that fragile dignity of someone with just enough ego left to fake strength. A withdrawal form? I asked the teller. A young guy with soft palms and plastic. Smile, looked up. Name? I gave it. He typed, stopped, looked again. Then, without a word, he walked away from the counter, and within half a minute, she descended the stairs. Crimson heels, pressed blouse, charcoal pencil skirt. A well-rehearsed smirk glued to her lips like she'd rehearsed the scene for years. We don't serve beggars here, she announced, loud enough for others to hear. Then she turned to walk off. I said nothing. Not yet. I opened the binder, laid it carefully on the marble, and whispered, requesting a transfer of $4.2 billion. Routing info included. The room froze. So, did she? For the first time in years, I watched fear ripple through her polished composure. 3 years ago, she had stood before a judge, vowing to be fair. Equal divide, she said. No hidden accounts, no drama, just closure. I'd nodded, numb, worn out, clueless. I mistook silence for peace, not knowing silence can conceal decay. The first crack came from an old friend, one of those boozy dinners where wine loosens lips too much. She bounced back. Fast, huh? He said. I asked who? He paused. Too late. The next crack came. 2 months later, a credit report sent to my old address, the one we once shared. My name was clean. Hers? She was running 3 bank accounts I'd never seen. Odd. She never liked finance. Didn't trust herself with cash. Always left it to me, or so I believed. It wasn't the cheating that gutted me. It was the precision. She emptied every joint account with surgical calm, down to the last cent. No yelling, no mess. And now, she stood behind the counter with a nameplate marked branch manager, playing God over overdrafts. I had become just another name to dismiss, or so she thought. I didn't rage, didn't spiral, didn't even ask why. I studied for months, for cities, 2 burner phones. I followed paper trails through fake LLCs with names pulled from bad novels. Red Ember Holdings, Blue Stag Capital, all hers, all created during our marriage, none disclosed in court. Strategic theft, but this was no longer about money. It was about malice. Her passwords were predictable. She adored dead poets. Sylvia PLA 87. Frostfall. Leaves. So I broke in. Every wire. Every fraudulent document. Each log that proved she planned my erasure long before I packed my bags. Then I found the jackpot. An offshore vault under a shared trust. My name still on it. Over for $0.2 billion. She hadn't just betrayed me. She'd buried what was ours and rewritten the past so she could ascend while I disappeared. So I waited, let her get cocky, let her believe I was gone for good. Then I walked into her domain with a binder and asked for $150. Not because I needed it, but because I knew she'd try to shame me. $4.2 billion, she echoed, her grin erased, voice trembling. The assistant manager peered over her shoulder, scanning the papers, tax IDs, wire codes, signed and notarized, all authentic, all ours. His brows rose. Still joint owners? He asked. She didn't reply, didn't blink. She knew. The trap had closed. I suggest, you process a request. I said, calm. Then I leaned close enough to murmur, you forgot to close every door, love. She turned ghostly white, hands shaking. She wasn't used to losing control. Not like this. I didn't shout, didn't gloat. I just stood back and watched the truth crush her inch by inch. Better than revenge. I didn't take the funds. Didn't have to. I froze the account. Legal right. Still a co-owner. Still authorized. I also made sure her corporate auditor received copies of those phantom transfers. Fraud. Abuse of position. Ethics breach. Jail? Unlikely. People like her don't wear cuffs. But she'd lose it all. Her job, her perks, her illusion of power. And when I passed, her, frozen behind that wall of glass, she said nothing, didn't dare look up. Her empire was crumbling, slowly, coldly, like mine had, but quieter, more poetic. Outside, the air reeked of scorched metal and rain. I lit a cigarette. Didn't want just to feel something warm. In my fingers, I expected release, justice, satisfaction. But all I found inside was stillness. Not joy, not ache, just empty air. And in that silence, it finally made sense. She didn't leave me. She erased me. But now she'll never forget me, even if we never meet again, even if no one speaks my name. I became the shadow she'll never escape. Balance, at last, emotionally restored.